Well, I'm a little late doing my end of September market update video for a couple reasons, so I apologize. I know I try to put that out at the end of the month, every single month, but as you could probably tell, I was pretty sick with the flu, still am. And I took a little trip, and then we had this thing called Hurricane Helene. But I'm going to try to go over like some of the stats with you and kind of regroup with you post big impact Helene that really impacted Sarasota, Longboat Key, our barrier islands, our beautiful barrier islands. Have a lot of work to be done, but I'll go over the stats with you as well in today's video, so please stay tuned. So first and foremost, this video is dedicated to especially those who've lost tremendous losses with their properties. Some people have worked their entire lives. They just finished renovating. They just bought. They've owned forever. It doesn't matter. It's still a loss. And so I'm dedicating this video to you all because I'm seeing it firsthand. I'm out here. This is the first day they opened Longboat Key to the public. So I'm out here greeting people, seeing if there's anything I could do. I know there's just so little we could do, but just being there for people, I think, is just says volumes without saying a word. So I'm not going to post any of those videos. There's plenty of that online. I don't feel like it's right to take pictures of people's properties at their worst. So I will let them do that if they want to. There's plenty of devastation online. I'm not going to add to that fuel. But again, I just feel like, I'm here, boots on the ground as I'm getting better. My throat is terrible, but I feel like I can't complain because, my properties have been fine. And, my heart goes out to everybody who's dealing with the grief and just the stress and the insurance. And if you don't have insurance, what a big loss financially. So again, my heart goes out to all of you. So I'm here. If there's anything that I could do as just boots on the ground, I know it's got to be really profoundly even more stressful when you don't live here and you're wondering, like, what does my property look like? Please reach out to me. I mean, I'm happy to go check up on your properties. I'm here. I'm available. I'm not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, I canceled an upcoming trip because, just all the things combined. So I just want to be home and helping my clients finally after 6 days off. So anyway, I will touch on the end of market stats because we didn't cover that in last, at the end of the month like I usually do. So again, like, I try not to look at these right before I give you the video on it. By the way, you would never know there's a storm here. This is Bayfront Park. Before I dive in here, I saw some happy little crabs in the little pond over there. So, yeah, nobody's here. I've never seen this park empty, not once. This is the first time I've seen it empty like this. It's kind of eerie. It's kind of a weird feeling, but the line workers are here working really hard to clear the road still. There was so much sand in the roads from, the beaches coming onto the main road, Gulf of Mexico. Of course, lots of debris. A lot of it has been picked up already. There's so many businesses affected by this too, not only in Longboat, but St. Armand's. My office is on St. Armand's. I have 2 offices. The lower level office, the door broke open. Like, that's how bad it was. That's how high the water was in this storm. Really high surge in this storm. Kind of took a lot of us by surprise. But I'm going to dive into these stats here just to keep you all informed, and with the caveat that we don't know where this is going to take our market. We've seen so many hurricanes too. Like, I believe it'll be somewhat temporary. I think some people have had enough of the storms. They're leaving Florida. I can't say that I blame them. Insurance rates are really high already, so this will, make it even less affordable for anybody on the fence. And it just is what it is. But I'm not going anywhere, and I've been a realtor here since 2002. I'm not going to go learn a new market, so I'm here to stay. So I want you to be assured that you have someone in your corner. I'm going to continue to fight for every single client. If you're my seller, I'm going to fight for you. If you're my buyer, I'm going to fight for you. I'm not going anywhere. So rest assured you have someone here that's been, I've gone through a lot of these. I've gone through a lot of storms, rhetorical and otherwise, right? Real storms and rhetorical storms, financially, actual storms, all of it. So I'm here for you. Call on me anytime. I'm going to be your advocate, and I'm going to fight for you and your real estate and your bottom line. Okay. So I just had to make sure y'all knew that. So closed sales are down just slightly from this time last year. Again, end of August is what we're looking at because the September stats haven't come out yet. As I'm filming, this is actually the last day in September, but it'll take a few weeks for September stats to compile and be released to us. But so down just a little slightly. Paid in cash is down by 22%, 22.1%. Probably because there's a little bit of a dip in the interest rates here that have helped a little bit. Not a dramatic dip, but enough to maybe move the market a little bit that has affected cash sales potentially. The median sales price, the median, was $475 to buy a single family home. Sarasota County, remember, that's our baseline for these statistics. So down a little bit, 8.5% from this time, August 2023, which was 519 median. The average, which is a little skewed because you've got some really, really high upper end properties mixed in with that. September stats will be very, very interesting in October stats, I should say, because the St. Regis is closing and all that, although that's not going to be in my stats because I, again, just look at single family homes, right? But that'll be an interesting market analysis, unlike the single family, to see where that went because it'll probably skyrocket. Average was down. So August 2023 was an average of $730,000 to buy a single family home here. This past August was down by 10%, $657,000 on average to buy a home here, average. I would probably defer to the median just as a more realistic baseline. The median time to contract this time last year was 31 days. Now it's at 45 days. The average in a normal market is like 90. So 45 days is much longer than the 2 weeks that we had in the peak of things. Like the craziness between 2020 and 2021 was about a 2-week period. That's insanely low. This is a 45-day, more normal. Okay. Pending sales are down just a titch by just over 1%. Pending sales are at 575 pending single family homes. New listings are down. I'm not too mad at that. 739 new single family home listings. The pending inventory is down by 19%, which makes sense because sales are down, right? So pending is down 19.1%. Total active listings, 2,907 listings, 2,907 listings right now, up 46.6% from this time last year. So currently we're at 4.6 months of inventory, which is still a technical seller's market. So remember, anything between 5 to 6 months of inventory is an equilibrium market. Over that 6-month period is going to start to become a buyer's market. So at 4.6 months, we're sitting pretty nicely here in Sarasota County for the single family home listing market. So I hope you found that helpful as I post these every single month to keep you informed. And like I said, you know, with a storm of this nature and another one coming, we just don't know what this will do to the market. But, you know, over time, real estate's always a great investment. And if you have to pick your poison, you have to pick an area of paradise, they're all going to have issues. They're all going to have natural disasters. So it's a matter of kind of where you want to be and where you want to create memories for your families. And, you know, over time, real estate always goes up. It has its ups and downs, of course, over the short term, but long term, I find one of the best investments you can make. And, you know, again, if you're thinking of selling, I just happen to be here on Longboat right now, but I do work all of Anna Maria, Longboat, all the way down to Manasota Key, all of Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, the mainland, all of that. So I'm here as your advocate, like I said. and Zillow is not accurate. So if you want a real life, accurate depiction of the equity in your property, you're thinking of selling, you want an advocate for you here, boots on the ground, call me. I'm always available, 941-544-7690, or email me, shaylatwit@gmail.com.